Hey everyone, it's me, Alna from twinsmommy.com. And for today, I'm going to show you 3 easy ways to monetize a brand new blog. Now, for most people, starting their first blog is a huge step, right? It shows that you want to make money, have a side hustle, and even get some influencing attention if that's your thing. When I started Twins Mommy back in 2017, I wanted to first share my thoughts on raising twins. And then I wanted to grow that blog. So I created a blog post on that topic and got a lot of comments. So let's just take a look at that blog post. So I wrote this in 2017, in August of 2017, of how I'm going to grow. And I said the name of a blog, Twins Mommy. Okay, so this is what I decided to create. And then I created a free checklist with this. So as I started this blog, I knew a little bit about digital marketing because I was a freelancer for a couple years before I started this blog. And I wrote about digital marketing. I wrote about email marketing. I wrote about freebies, lead magnets, all those things. So I knew about it. So I wanted to use this personal blog to see if I could do that as well. So I wrote this post on the steps that I was going to do. And FYI, these steps, you can do them, but I'm not recommending them for 2026. Okay. But you can see I have a lot of comments attached to this particular blog post. I was trying to be personal, show, a picture of me, and then branding issues. I talked about just the journey of Twins Mommy, what it looked like when I first started versus to changing it. And then just some analytics to show what's happening on my site. And then the Pinterest strategy that I had back in 2017. You can see how it might be a bit different than all the tips that I've been sharing recently. I even shared my summer Pinterest strategy, which is not this at all. So you can see how things have evolved over the years. For me personally, understanding Pinterest. All right, so I have all of this. Growing my email list was part of this Growing Twins Mommy, blogger outreach, and then the monetization. So for this video, I am going to talk just basically about monetization because most of the tactics in that post I just showed you talked about growing first and then monetizing after. But in 2026, things have changed a lot. With AI being a tool to help create and distribute content now, it's easier to grow a blog and make money blogging. You don't need to grow the blog first. You need to have these 3 things in place so that you can start making money as you grow. All right. So these are the things that I suggest new bloggers to start right away. If you started a blog recently and you want to monetize it as soon as you start writing those blog posts. So of course, one of the first things, if you don't already know, affiliate marketing is still very profitable. It's a favorite way that I use to monetize my blog content across different blogs, primarily Amazon, but I do have affiliate for the SaaS tools that I use, like PinClicks and Pin Generator and programs that I use as well. So you're just simply recommending those products and services that you love to use to an audience. Now you might say, well, Alna, if I just started, I don't have an audience. That's okay. You can still have those blog posts created. So then you can start sharing them and growing your audience at the same time. Examples here, if you have like a DIY blog, you can recommend those craft supplies or glue guns, paint brands, power tools, things like that. With a food blog or recipe blog, you're recommending those gadgets, the cookware, pantry staples, things like that. Maybe even meal programs that you can do for a recipe blog. Now, where to find affiliate programs? There are a lot out there. I recommend just the basics like CJ Affiliate. There's Amazon, of course, and then Awin, which was ShareASale. So I was with ShareASale for many years and I had 2 affiliates there, just 2, and I was making over $1,000, probably $1,500 a month. So it has a lot of merchants. So I'm interested in actually doing some more for some of my other sites. So even though I focus on Amazon, I want to include these other affiliate programs. You can just see, here's the dashboard for Awin, just to show you that I'm a part of it. When it moved from ShareASale to Awin. And it's easy to set up and start. I have here the steps for affiliate marketing. You write that blog post. You think about, what recommendation you're going to have. So a lot of people write a blog post with the affiliates in mind. So if you're explaining how to organize your pantry, you're going to have those pantry staple items, organizing things that you can link to, kind of thing. If you're writing about desk accessories, you might want to include like the planner that you have to keep yourself organized and all of that, because you're talking about working from home, stuff like that. start that blog and then sign up to affiliate programs. Next, I want you to apply for Google AdSense. It's not the most profitable, but once you're in, it's easier to get into ad platforms because they require you to be on Google AdSense first anyway. So you might as well do that. Now, that's something that I never did. My husband had to apply for Google AdSense just a few years ago to get these niche sites monetized with Journey and with the Zoic and things like that. So I didn't even do that. And I should have, because I mean, for years, I at least had 25,000 page views or whatever and you don't even need that many. I think you need less than 10,000 page views or something, or sessions to sign up for Google AdSense. It's free to use. So every time visitors view or click those ads, you earn the money. You can place them, at the sidebar, in contrast, in between the paragraphs, the header, the footer. There's lots of different places that you'll find out once you sign up for Google AdSense. And then, like I said, once you just create the blog posts, the ads will be placed, and then that's another layer on top of your affiliate marketing that you can start making money for those blog posts. Now, the third one is the way to grow your blog and monetize it. And then I have 2 bonus things that you can put on your blog or do with your blog to really get that income going. Because, I mean, there are lots of people, new bloggers especially, that are already doing this, but they're not generating income. And maybe it's because of this last thing, that they're not tying it or being cohesive enough. And this does imply you being more than just a blogger, to do other things, to be on social media, maybe even to have a YouTube channel, things like that. Right. And the third thing is to create a traffic loop between your blogs and your videos, basically, on social media. Instead of treating your blog or your YouTube channel or your TikTok as separate, you're going to have to make them work together. So this is the traffic loop that I call. So if you publish a blog post, then create a YouTube video covering that same topic, and then embed that YouTube in your blog post, and then on your YouTube description, link back to that blog post to get even more of a comprehensive step-by-step. Now, I have talked about that specific strategy in another video of mine, and I'm still trying to work on that, especially for my freelancing blog. I'm doing that, trying to embed those videos into that blog post. When people are visiting your blog, they can spend more time watching that video or just tuning over to that video and then looking at the description, and you might have a link to that blog post, or maybe a link to a free checklist or some other things in there that you can also use for those blog readers. All right. You can also create short videos highlighting like one tip from your blog post. And then you can tell viewers that the complete guide is over on your blog. So again, this is something that I should be doing, but I'm not. I'm not on TikTok very often, or Instagram, but even creating like a image and just a graphic, I could do something like that, which I still haven't. I know I can get people over to my blog this way. So I have to really spend that time creating that strategy. But if you're a new blogger, this can be all incorporated. You don't need to start a YouTube channel right away with your blog. It's a lot of work. You can start that TikTok account or that Instagram account. So you have 2 video platforms, and then you can use your phone to share that one tip, that one idea or whatever, and get people to your blog. So it might be easier to grow on TikTok or Instagram with a short form video, because you can do 3 a day very easily. Like throughout your day, you can go for a walk as you're doing your chores or whatever, even in your kitchen, you can just quickly share a tip and then, put a link to your blog posts. You can do something like that and hopefully get people. I know there was one content creator that grew fast on TikTok, and she shoveled everyone into her blog, and she had Google AdSense, and she was instantly making $2,000 a month on Google AdSense because of all the audience that she grew on TikTok. So it is possible to get an audience quicker on social media, then you can funnel them into your blog content. I did it differently. I started blogging, and then later I added Instagram, and later I added TikTok. But if you do this all up front, then you can get these things going and then focus on social media, not so much your blog, have a couple blog posts, and there you go. You can start building. Let's look at 2 bonus things that you can put on your blog, and we'll take a look at them. So the first one is to write commercial, like intent content. Now that's something that I didn't do. I missed out on that again for a couple of years, but there are some blog posts that make more money than others. I was always fascinated when I first started blogging of like, there was this one ebook that this mom blogger was selling on like the 5 smart ways to monetize your blog. And I really wanted to know what those were because I had no idea. Like no one was really talking about it. And the people that were, I'm like, I already know that it's too basic. So like I was always interested in these bloggers that were making lots of money and then they would bundle it up in an ebook. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Like at that time, I didn't trust a lot of the things on there, so I wasn't willing to pay. I ended up later on buying that book, and there were some like interesting things and stuff, but a lot of it is just the things that I'm telling you now that is just now a bit more common sense about this commercial intent content. So writing specific blog posts. So writing those best blogging tools for beginners, for example. So like a best of, doing a comparison of 2 products. So Canva Pro versus free, or Canva Pro versus PicMonkey, or Canva Pro versus ChatGPT. Like you can have something like a comparison that can really get people, because if they're interested in buying Canva Pro or using Canva, they might click on that to see like what's so big about Canva Pro versus the free version. What's so better about it? So you can convince people that way. Best meal planning apps, for example, favorite DIY supplies if you have a craft blog, or maybe like the camera I use for YouTube, things like that, where you can link to those products, those tech tools, especially for if you have a YouTube channel or you use something fancy for your TikTok videos and things like that. Maybe the editing program like Final Cut Pro or CapCut or whatever. If they have an affiliate program, then you can talk about that. All right, the next thing that I can show you is to create a resource page. Now, that's one of the easiest ways to increase your affiliate income is by creating this page. It's a 1 page on your site that lists all the tools and the products and the services that you use along with those affiliate links. So it could be web hosting, Canva, ChatGPT, the camera, favorite blogging tools, things like that. And I do have a resource page. That was one of the first things that I started once I learned more about these specific types of content that you can create on your blog. So what I did, I called it my toolbox, and I made this a pin. So then it went to this page, and I should update it because this is a little bit outdated now with some of the things here. So you can see, but I have all these were my affiliate links, and not all of them are actually. Some of them are just resources. Like I thought one of them was just like, oh, here, Tiny PNG. That's just a resource that I use. So I share things that are like I like, and then like even this one, this is just my favorite place to get free stock photos. So that's a resource. It's not an affiliate link, but I mix it in just to make it more helpful for people. So you can do something like that, or just make it strictly all affiliate links. This is great because then you can share it on social media. You can talk about one of these tools and then link to this resource page. So as I mentioned, you can put it in your YouTube descriptions, mention on TikTok videos, put it in your email newsletter as well if you start an email. And then on your blog menu, you put it as a resource page. So if you start getting people like, what do you use and stuff? A lot of people on YouTube ask, what tools do you use? What tools do you use? Then you can just send them to this page kind of thing. So hopefully that helped you. If you need more help, make sure to grab my free affiliate success guide. It's a free guide here that has a lot of information, and it has places to list all your affiliates, because like for me over the years, I've forgotten all the affiliates that I signed up to. I don't really have a resource list. So this has really helped me break that down and make it easier for me to find those. And so it's a free guide that you just put your name and email and sign up, and there you go. And then just some proof of all the affiliates that I've had over the years here. All right, if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I hope you enjoyed this video.